Hi, and welcome to your practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. Before you get started, a few things. One is that I have a playlist for this class, so if you want to follow along, I'll put the music down below in the notes, and you can just hit play when we start moving. Second of all, I also have my information if you would like to donate to keep these classes going for as long as we are not able to practice together in person. So thank you so much for your support, and let's get started. So find a comfortable seat for yourself. Once you've found a seat, you can close your eyes here. So this past weekend was a really beautiful weekend in Amsterdam. And I had all these grand ideas of things that we were going to do. We were going to go take a bike ride and take a hike, and we were going to clean out the house, and we were going to scrub the bathrooms, and I had all these plans for our weekend, and none of it happened. And instead, what we got was a much more relaxed weekend, but I think a much more joyful weekend. My kids slept in a little bit on both days, which was amazing. We got to have a little bit of a relaxed family time. It was a lot of really relaxed, very chill activities, and it really made me think about, even though we didn't get all these things done that I wanted to do, how thankful I was for the smaller things, the less ambitious things that we did get to do. And I think right now, so many of us are not able to do everything we want to do, whether that is professionally, whether that is socially or with our families. But there are so many things that we do have the opportunity to do. And I invite you to celebrate those small things. Celebrating the small wins, the small successes in your life. Maybe it's the fact that you set aside this time for your practice. That's great. Maybe it's getting caught up on the sleep you need. Wonderful. Maybe it's taking time to read a book. Whatever it is, acknowledging that you can celebrate those small things, those small successes. And it's the same on our mat, right? There's so many poses in the yoga canon that are complicated, that are something that we might aspire to, and if we don't get there, sometimes it can feel like a failure. But I invite you during this practice today to celebrate each breath, each moment, to celebrate what your body can do, and to celebrate the movement that you can express. Letting each breath, each movement be a small celebration. So letting your hands connect at your heart. Breathing in together for Om. Om. Letting your eyes gently open. And taking your time to crawl yourself out onto hands and knees. Hands right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips. Right away, pressing the left palm down into the earth. Let the right arm peel open, looking up toward the right hand. With an exhale, sliding the right arm under the left arm, letting the cheek and the shoulder relax down onto the earth. Seeing if the weight can be even between the two knees, the two legs. Pressing into the left palm, unraveling, sending the right arm back up to the sky, keeping that right arm lifted. It's a big step back with your right foot to the back of your mat. Finding a supported side plank. Right fingertips getting really light. You can stay here with the foot on the floor, or you might play with your balance by lifting that right leg for a supported half moon pose. If you want to test your balance even more, maybe you bend the right knee, reaching back with the right hand for the foot, drawing the heel in towards your sitting bone. Gently releasing the right leg, sending the right foot down to the floor, both arms rising up to the sky, coming up to stand on your left knee. With an exhale, right arm slides down the right leg, tilting toward your right for a gate pose. On a breath in, both arms sweeping back up to the sky. Both hands to the top of the mat, gently lowering the right knee, hands and knees. With a breath in, left arm reaches up to the sky, opening the heart. Exhale, left arm sliding under the right arm for a gentle twist. Right shoulder blade staying connected into the back. Pressing into the right palm, unraveling, left arm reaches high. Staying lifted through the left arm, sending the left leg back behind you. Sole of the foot connecting to the earth for your supported side plank. You may stay here or you may test your balance, lifting that left leg, supported half moon pose. And then again, if you want to take it a little more challenging, maybe bending the back knee, reaching back with the left hand for the left foot. Soft through the neck, through the jaw and the face. If you have the left foot, gently release it. Left foot to the floor. Both arms rising up, coming up to stand on the right knee. Exhaling, left arm slides down the left leg for your gate pose. Your next breath in sweeps both arms high to the sky. Hands to the top of the mat, gently lowering onto all fours. Tucking your toes on a deep breath in, and it's a downward facing dog as you breathe out. Give yourself some time to wiggle, to stretch, to open up this downward facing dog. Big breath in, and with your breath out, finding some stillness in your downward facing dog. Letting the knuckles at the base of each finger really ground down. With an inhale, rolling out long to a plank pose. Long inhale. Child's pose, knees wide, hips softening back to the heels. Big breath here. Upper body getting really heavy. Glancing forward, take a slithering motion out onto your belly, pressing into the palms for your baby cobra. Shoulders sliding away from the ears. Traveling back through hands and knees. Tucking your toes, downward facing dog. Exhaling. Right leg sweeps high, big breath in. Keep those hips really square, directing the right toes down toward the mat. And then as you exhale, let that hip open, bending the right knee, letting the heel reach down toward your hips, toward your bum. As you breathe in, squaring the hips, stretching the right leg, knee to the nose, soft step forward between the hands. Gently lowering the back knee, Releasing the toes, sweeping the arms high for your low crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana. Big inhale. Exhaling, hands to the mat. Downward facing dog. With a breath in, it's your plank, rolling yourself out long. This time, gently lowering the knees to the floor. Keep the heart open. Point the toes, bend the elbows, lowering down. Pressing into the palms, heart reaching forward. And it's downward facing dog as you exhale. Again, keeping the hips really square, sending the left leg toward the sky. Keeping the right heel reaching down toward the mat. And then taking your time to open that hip, pointing the left knee to the sky. Keeping the left armpit spiraling down toward the floor. Stretching the left leg, squaring the hips, breathing in. Knee to the nose, soft step forward between the hands. Back knee down, toes point, arms rising high for your low crescent lunge. Back right hip spiraling in. With your breath out, hands to the mat. This time, step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Soft knees as you let the upper body hang and surrender into the fold. Breathing in deeply. With your exhale, let the knees soften a little bit more. Heavy hands, heavy head, unraveling the spine, rolling up to stand. Arms rising for a prayer, breath in. Hands traveling through your heart, finding your Tadasana. Arms by your sides, spine is long. With a breath in, arms reach high for your prayer. Folding forward over your legs, exhaling. Right foot steps back, big breath in. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Plank as you breathe in, roll it out, straight or bent legs, lowering to the mat with your breath out. Pointing the toes, heart rises, inhaling. Down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, exhaling. Right leg flows high, breath in. Big step forward between the hands. Now press into the 2 feet. Send the arms to the sky for a high lunge. Hips are heavy. Gently soften the back knee. Step the feet together, high prayer, breathing in. Hands to your heart, breathing out. Send it back up, inhaling, folding forward, exhaling. Left foot steps back, big breath in. Downward facing dog, big breath out. Plank on your inhale, again, straight legs or bent legs, lowering softly to the earth. Pointing the toes, heart opens. Downward facing dog, exhaling. Left leg stretches high, breath in. Foot between the hands as you breathe out. Press into the feet, arms rising for your high lunge. Feeling the back thigh rolling inward. Softening the back knee. Feet together, high prayer, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to your heart, exhaling. Send it back up, breathing in. Melting forward over the legs, breathing out. Right foot back on an inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhaling. Plank on your breath in. You can add a chaturanga or lower to the floor. Pressing into the palms, opening the heart. Downward facing dog. Exhaling. Right leg high. Breath in. Big step forward. Breath out. Arms to the sky. High lunge. Soften the back knee. Step it together for your prayer. Hands at your heart, breathing out. Arms reach back up, Urdhva Hastasana, folding forward, Uttanasana. Left foot travels back, heart is open. Downward facing dog, breathing out. Roll out long, plank pose. Chaturanga or to the earth, exhale. Lifting the heart, breath in. Down dog, on your breath out. Left leg high, inhaling. Stepping between the hands, exhaling, both arms high for your lunge. Soften your back knee. Step the feet together for your prayer. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Stretch it up high. Breath in. Folding forward. Breath out. Right foot back. Heart is open. This time it's plank pose. Right away. Chaturanga or to the earth. Lifting the heart. Breath in. Downward facing on your breath out. Big breath here. Softening the knees. Looking forward. You can step or hop your feet to your hands. Long spine. Bowing forward. Exhale. Arms sweeping high. Hands through the heart. Fold right back over. Exhale. Left foot steps back. Breathing in. Plank pose, lowering halfway or all the way down. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Let the knees soften. Look forward, step or fly to the top of the mat. Long spine, long breath. Melting forward. Arms high for your prayer. Hands to your heart. Tadasana. Let your arms release. Spine is long and free. Utkatasana, sit your way back into your chair pose. Tailbone reaching back, heart reaching up and away. Folding over the legs, heavy hands, heavy head. Long spine, breath in. Bend your knees, plant your palms. You can step to plank or you can hop back, landing in your chaturanga. Open heart as you breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathing out. Right leg reaches high. Inhale. Stepping forward. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1 pose. Left heel to the earth. Arms rising high. Back left hip spiraling forward. Inhaling. As you exhale, let the arms sweep back, taking a bow with the upper body. Left arm reaches forward, up, and it draws you up and around into your warrior 2 pose. Flipping the palms, peaceful warrior, right arm circles high. Cartwheeling the hands down to the floor. Big step back through a plank, through your vinyasa. Left leg high, breathing in. Stepping forward, finding that warrior 1 on the second side. Arms floating high. Feeling an openness across the collarbones. With an exhale, arms swing back, letting your body drape forward. Right arm takes a big circle forward, up, and draws you open into Virabhadrasana 2. Flipping the palms for your peaceful, tipping the left arm high. Inhale. Circling the hands down, big step back. Plank pose. Let yourself move with your breath. Downward dog. Exhaling. Right leg floats on a breath in. Stepping it forward. Again, it's that warrior 1. Breathing in. Swing the arms back. Upper body reaches forward. Left arm takes over. Circle it forward, up and around to warrior 2. Peaceful, right arm high. Breathing in. Extended side angle. Right elbow finds the right thigh. Left arm reaches long over the ear. Breathing in deeply. Exhaling, turning it into a low lunge. Hands to the floor. Plant your left palm. Stepping the right foot on top of the left foot. Vashisthasana, side plank. If you need to lower your left knee for supported side plank, feel free. If both legs are long, right toes to the floor behind you. Rock star, sweep the hips to the sky, breathing in. Turn it right around for a plank, lowering, exhale. Rising, breath in. Down dog, breath out. Left leg high, inhale. Stepping forward, Finding that warrior one. Big breath in. Take your bow, let the arms reach back, heart reaches forward. Right arm circles forward, up and around. Warrior two. Peaceful, left arm to the sky. Side angle, left elbow to the thigh. Right arm reaching long. Energized right leg, sole of the foot grounding down. Hands to the floor, turning it into a low lunge. Plant your right palm, left foot on top, left arm to the sky. Feeling really light through that left side body. If both legs are long, left toes touch down behind you. Rock star, hips reach high. Turn it right around through your plank, through your flow. Same beginning, you know it. Right leg high, inhale. Step it forward, finding your warrior one. Breathing in. Arms back, heart forward. Breathing out. Left arm takes a big circle up and around. Warrior two. Tipping it back for your peaceful. Right arm high. Right elbow to the thigh. Or you can take it deeper this time for your side angle, letting your fingertips dip down to the mat. Left hand to left hip. Right fingers find the floor or a prop in front of you. Shifting your way forward. Left leg reaches back. Left fingertips sweep high. Ardha Chandrasana. It's a big step back to peaceful. Left foot lands softly. Right arm to the sky. Cartwheeling the hands down to the floor. Three-leg dog. Send the right leg up to the sky. And then open that hip, pointing the knee high. Breathing in. You can stay here, or you might flip your dog, bringing the right toes down, lifting the hips, opening to the front of the room. Turning back around, three-leg dog. Right leg reaches high. Curl the knee in toward the nose. Slide the right leg under the left arm, spinning the back heel down. Weight into the right palm. Left arm to the sky for a starfish. Left hand down. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Let the hips float. Soften the knees, look forward, make your way to the top of your mat. Lengthening the spine, folding forward. Arms reach high for a prayer. Inhale, hands to your heart. Exhaling. Moving into tree pose here, lifting your right leg. You can rotate out and place the sole of the right foot into your left inner thigh. Hands connect at your heart. I'm lucky enough to look out of my window at a beautiful swaying tree. Makes me feel not so bad as I'm swaying from side to side. Maybe you want to send your arms up to the sky, celebrating any moments where you find that balance, where you find that centeredness. If your arms are extended, you can bring your hands back into your heart. Turning your right knee forward, stepping into Tadasana. Exhaling. Arms sweeping high, breath in. Diving forward, breath out. Now we're going to play with a crow pose here. Placing your hands on the mat in front of you. Keeping your chest and your eyes lifted. Keeping your hips as lifted as possible. Wrapping the knees around your upper arm bones. Keep your eyes lifted as you start to shift your weight forward towards your palms. Maybe you feel the weight moving onto the palms and that's where you want to stay. Or maybe 1 or 2 feet start to float up off of the mat. And wherever you are, take your time back through a vinyasa. Maybe it's a hop, maybe it's a step. Maybe you simply crawl your way back softly to downward facing dog. Last round, left leg high, breath in. Stepping forward, finding that warrior one. Inhale, arms sweep back, heart reaches forward. Right arm takes a big circle forward, up, and around into your warrior two. Tipping back for peaceful, sweeping the left arm high, inhaling. Elbow to the thigh or fingertips to the mat for that extended side angle. Exhaling, right hand to right hip. Left fingers walk out in front of you, shifting your way onto your left foot to let the right side body extend and float. It's a big, soft step back, landing in peaceful warrior. Right foot down, left arm high. Circling the hands down, left leg sweeps to the sky for your three-leg dog. Let the knee open, pointing that knee up toward the sky. You can stay here, or you can flip your dog, left toes down, hips and heart opening. Turning right back around, three-leg dog. Drawing the knee in toward the nose, hover forward. Left leg slides under your right arm. Right heel to the earth, right arm high for a starfish. Right hand down, downward facing dog. Left foot slides back. Softening the knees, looking forward, making your way to the top of the mat. Long spine, breath in. Melting forward, breath out. Arms rise for your prayer. Hands connect at your heart. Tadasana. Moving into your tree pose on the second side. This time the left leg lifts. Rotating out. Finding that connection. Sole of the left foot into the right inner thigh. Hands connect at the heart. Feeling the crown of the head floating. Right foot grounding, and maybe sending the arms up and out. Celebration, full expression of your breath. If the arms are extended, the hands can connect back at the heart. Spinning the left knee forward, stepping into your Tadasana. Exhaling. Arms rise for your prayer. Folding forward as you exhale. One more chance to play with this crow pose again, this Bakasana. Hands to the floor, knees drawing into the upper arms, and shifting your weight forward towards your palms. Your journey through Vinyasa. Meeting back. Downward facing dog. Coming back to your breath. Your next inhale floats the right leg high. Soft step forward between the hands. This time, keep your back heel lifted. So you're balancing on your back toes. Both arms to the sky. It's a high lunge. Exhale, swing the arms back. Reach the heart forward, shifting your weight onto your right foot. Virabhadrasana 3. Warrior 3 pose. Left hip spiraling in. Left knee to the chest, coming all the way up to stand. You can draw that knee in. Staying here, holding onto the knee, is option number 1. Option number 2, there's a peace sign wrapping around your left big toe. If you can keep the spine long, maybe the left leg reaches out in front of you. And everyone send that right arm up to the sky in celebration, in extension. Breathing in. Softening the left knee if it's long. Big step back to a high lunge. Toes touch down. Arms to the sky. Breathing up, hands to the earth. Softly lowering the back knee. Releasing the back toes. Give your right foot a walk to the right. So both hands come inside of that right leg. Toes can turn out slightly. Coming up onto the fingertips. Let the hips get really heavy as the heart floats open. You can stay here. You might also play with crawling down onto your palms or maybe down onto your elbows for a lizard pose. Trying to avoid the urge to kind of drop in the upper body. See if you can keep a sense of openness there. Now you might stay here. If you're on your elbows, you might turn your left arm in a little bit so it's on a diagonal. And bending the back knee, reaching back with the right hand to catch the left foot, finding a twist. This can also be done on the left hand if down on the elbow is too far. It can also be left out. It's up to you. If you caught that back foot, gently releasing it. If you're on your elbows, crawling yourself back up onto your palms. Everyone let your right foot wiggle in between those hands. Tucking the back toes, extending the back leg, walking the left fingertips out in front of you, shifting the weight onto the right foot, left leg back, left arm peels open to the sky for a rotated half moon pose. Big breath in. Top hand down, step your feet together, give yourself a little shake out here. Long spine, breathing in. Utkatasana, sit back into your chair, breathing out. Big breath in here, lengthening through the spine. Hands to the heart. Take a twist to your right. Left elbow hooking over the right thigh. Pressing the palms together and letting the heart rise up into the thumbs. Keep the hips heavy, chair pose. Arms to the sky. Hands to the earth, left leg high, standing split. Nose melting towards your right knee. Big breath in. Exhale, soften both knees. Hook the left knee in behind the right foot. Sitting bones softening down to the floor. Arms reach high, breathing in. And it's a twist to your right. Right fingers to the mat, left elbow to the knee. Right shoulder blade tucking into the back. Peeling open through the front of the body. And let it go. Hands over to the left, soft bow. Rolling yourself up to sit. Feet down in front of you, hands down behind you, breathing in. Hips to the sky, breathing out. Big breath in here in your altar pose. Exhale, open your mouth. Hips melt to the floor, crossing the ankles in front of you, rolling over your shins, making your way back through a vinyasa. Meeting up, downward facing dog. A few deep breaths. Left leg reaches high, breathing in, stepping between the hands, staying on the back toes, keeping the back heel lifted, both arms to the sky for your high lunge. Exhale, sweeping the arms back, reaching the chest forward, shifting the weight onto the left foot. Warrior 3 pose. Gentle lift under the heart. Right knee to the chest, coming up to stand, drawing that knee in and up. Staying holding onto the knee or a peace sign around your right big toe. Let the left arm float high. Big inhale. And you can stay here or you can send the right leg out in front of you. Uttita Hasta Padangustasana, hand to big toe pose. Breathing in. If the right leg is long, start to soften the knee. Big step to the back of the mat for a high lunge. Toes down, arms stretching high. Hands to the earth, back knee lowers, toes point. Give your left foot a gentle walk over to the left. Both hands inside the foot and maybe slight rotation outward in the left leg. Fingertips grounding down, heavy hips, open heart, breathing in. You can stay here. You might melt down onto your palms or onto your elbows for your lizard pose. Heart is reaching forward past your fingertips. If you're on your elbows and you want to find that play with the back leg, maybe turning the right arm at a diagonal as the back knee bends, reaching back with the left hand for the right foot. Again, that might be done up on your right hand, or it might be left out completely. If you caught the back foot, gently releasing it. If you're down on your elbows, walking yourself back up onto your palms. Left foot takes a little walk, so it's between the two hands. Tucking the back toes, extending the back leg. Right fingers out in front of you, shifting the weight onto the left foot. Left arm sweeps to the sky for your twist. Back leg is reaching long, crown of the head, reaching forward. Soft forward fold, left hand down, stepping the feet together. Give it a little shake out. Breath in, lengthening the spine. Chair pose, sit it back, exhaling. Big breath in here. Hands connecting at the heart and twisting to your left. Right elbow hooking over the left thigh. Heart floating up into your prayer hands. Keeping the hips heavy. Chair pose, reach it up, big breath in. Folding forward, right leg floats to the sky. Standing split. Right pinky toe directing down toward the earth. Exhale, let both knees soften, drawing the right knee in behind the left ankle. Sitting bones coming down behind you. Sitting up tall on those sitting bones, sending the arms to the sky. And it's a twist to your left. Left fingers down, right elbow finds the knee. As you twist back over the left shoulder. Wringing yourself out. Exhaling, deepening that twist. And then let it go. Hands to the right. Soft counter twist. Rolling up to sit. Both legs out in front of you. Flexing the feet. Hands down by your side. Belly lifted. Spine is long. Taking the hands back just a step. Digging the heels down. Floating the hips high. Big breath in here. Front of the body totally extended. Hips soften to the mat. Crossing the ankles, rolling over your shins. One last vinyasa. Big breath in here. As you exhale, it's child's pose, melting hips back to the heels. Taking a few breaths to release in this child's pose. Maybe letting the eyes close as you turn inward. And just taking a few moments here to honor, to celebrate the small successes, the small wins, whatever they have been. Giving yourself credit, giving yourself a little moral pat on the back there, moral boost. On your next breath in, you can walk the hands back, rolling yourself up to sit. Take your hips down to the floor, swinging the legs around in front of you, rolling yourself down onto your back. Once you find yourself on your back, both feet are on the floor, heels pretty close in towards your bum, setting up for a bridge pose. Big inhale. Exhale, grounding down, sweeping the hips to the sky. Hands come behind the back, walking the shoulder blades in, and letting the front of the body get really light. Gently releasing the fingers, taking your time to roll yourself all the way down. Excuse me. Once you're down on the floor, you can give your knees a little sway from side to side. So there's going to be 2 more back bends here, and you have options. One option is you repeat bridge pose, like you just did. Another option is that you move into a full wheel, taking the hands next to the head and stretching the arms. If you're feeling like you want to take the energy down a little bit, you can come up into a bridge pose and take a prop underneath your hips. So whether it's a block, or you can take a few cushions and stack them up, so you're relaxing a little bit in your bridge pose. So it's your choice. Take a breath in to prepare, wherever you are, and then exhale to float the hips up to the sky. If you're on the block, feel free to stay on the block. Everyone else, take your time rolling yourself down onto your back. Again, keeping the feet grounded, taking a gentle sway of the knees from side to side. All right, there's one more back bend. So again, it's your choice. Bridge pose, full wheel, bridge with a block under your sacrum, up to you. Breathing in and breathing out to send the hips high. If you're in full wheel and you want to play with floating one leg to the sky, you could take that as a variation. Make sure you do both sides. Once both feet have come down to the floor, everyone can gently lower themselves all the way down. If you have a block, move that block out of the way, softening down onto your back. One last time, soft sway of the knees right to left. Both knees melt over to the left side of the mat. Taking your arms out wide into a T, or if you don't have enough room there, bending the elbows, 90-degree angle. Turning your head to the right for a gentle twist. Feeling the shoulder blades softening, creating a sense of width in the chest. Bringing it back through center, breathing in, knees to the right, and head turning to the left. Feeling the weight of the knees over to your right side, weight of the left ear, the left cheek. Bring yourself back onto your back, hugging the two knees in towards your chest. Feel free to rock a little bit or make some circles around in the low back. And then taking a few rocks from head to tail, rolling yourself all the way up to sit, and eventually crossing your ankles, rolling over your shins. You might step back to down dog, and maybe there's one last vinyasa that you want to move through. Right leg floats high, big breath in. Drawing that shin forward, bringing it behind the wrist, setting up for your pigeon pose. Heavy hips. If you need to take a prop, like a cushion or a blanket under your right hip, feel free. Give yourself that extra support. Breathing in, spine is long. Breathing out, taking your time, crawling out onto your palms, onto your elbows, maybe letting your forehead get heavy. And taking this opportunity to let the breath lengthen. With each inhale, giving yourself an opportunity to create more space. With each exhale, giving yourself an opportunity to create more softness. With an inhale, drawing yourself back up to a long spine. Planting your palms, tucking your left toes, downward facing dog. Right foot slides back to meet the left. You can give yourself a little bit of movement here, evening out the two sides of the body. As you breathe in, left leg stretches high. Drawing that left shin forward, setting up for your pigeon on your second side. Feeling free to use props wherever you need. The spine is long, the breath in. And then drawing forward, out over your left leg. Letting the upper body get really heavy here. With your next breath in, taking your time, crawling yourself back up to a long spine. Moving any props out of the way, settling the hips down to the floor. Send the legs out in front of you. Give them a nice little shake out here. Sitting up high on the sitting bones, flexing the feet, arms floating high. Breathing out, it's a long reach of the upper body out along the leg. Bowing into your Paschimottanasana. Your breath in rolls you up to sit. And finding a comfortable seat for yourself. Finding a sense of stillness, letting your eyes close. And whatever happened before this moment, whatever wins or losses, whatever successes or failures, letting them remain in the past. Meeting yourself right where you are in this moment. Celebrating where you are right now. Feel free to stay here in your seated meditation for as long as you like. When you're ready, you can roll yourself down onto your back for your Shavasana. Take a nice long Shavasana as long as you can today. Let your body completely release. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.